welcome back to the channel. Today we have the Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. This is a Furlough edition book as well. So we do have the second book, which you will see that probably when I get the book and I have to read it. So this book, you might see this in end of November or maybe just the beginning of December when the book arrives. So I've still got to read it. I'm going to try and do a one sitting in it. That's going to be a hefty one. So here's the front cover, which the front cover looks pretty. And we have the sprayed edges into a lock, which I love. We also have these sprayed, this is stenciled. This is sprayed. Lovely sprayed edges. And open it up. I'll show you those bits in a minute. Signed by the author, which I do love Furlough books or any bookish boxes that gives you signed copies, because they're like worth it. You don't want to give them away. You want to keep them to yourself. So this is the bookmark we get in Furlough, and as you can see, I got this in April 2021 this year, and now I finally get around to it because the second book. Then we had the author letter, which was lovely to read. Put them back in there. Then we have this, the stencil art, which I freaked out after. This is amazing. I love when they do this. They literally went all out on these books, and I'm addicted. Then we have the spine. Then this is the artwork on the Rush Just jacket. Look how pretty them two are. I love it. So, the synopsis. Sorry if I said any of these wrong, because I feel like most of these books I cannot pronounce right these people's names, but hey, I'll give it a try. Here at Zanlindova, the only person you can trust is yourself. 17-year-old Kiva Meridon is a survivor. For 10 years, she has worked as a healer in the nostrous death prison. Zanlindova, making herself indispensable, kept afloat by messages of hope from her family. Kiva has one goal and one goal only: stay alive. Then one day, the infamous rebel queen arrived at the prison on death's door, and Kiva receives a new message: "Don't let her die. We are coming." Literally, the queen is sentenced to trial by the ordeal, a series of elemental challenges against the torment of air, fire, water, and earth, assigned to the most dangerous of criminals. Aware the sickly queen has a little chance of making it through the trials alive, Kiva volunteers to take her place. If she succeeds, both she and the queen will grant their freedom, but no one has ever survived. With an incurable plague sweeping Zanlindova, a mysterious new inmate fighting her for Kira's heart, and a prison rebellion brewing, Kiva can't escape the terrible feeling that her trials for her has only just begun. And let's just say these books were amazing. Anyway, this is the prison. Okay, this is the prison she's in. The tests that are in the test as well. It's just so. I was like, this is so much detail just going for a prison, and it's mainly about the prison. I was like, dang. So we also have this as well. This is outside the prison, all these areas as well. And as I was going through the book, there was one line that kept. Oh, that's the next one. There's a line that keeps going through. Every single time I read it, there was a line. But anyway, this part here says, "You have a right to be angry, but don't let that stop you from forgiving him. He did what he did for the right reasons." Yeah, but it still peed people off. Right, so this is the line, the 3 lines that basically kept on going through the reading as you read the book. Stay alive, don't let her die, we are coming. That's literally the lines that we kept hearing every single time I was reading this book. And I was like, I love it. This is their code, how they will talk as well, that's actually quite cool. So, let's get into the book. So, it seems if I get into a really good book and I enjoy the book, I will read it in one sitting. I will be up until like 2 AM reading the book. So literally I could not put this book down. For the moment I picked it up, the story was so compelling and so interesting, and I was hooked. This is the first book I have read by Lynette Noni, and I loved it. I'm so happy I read this when I did, because I don't have to wait for so long. The Gilded Cage. That's true. For myself, because The Gilded Cage comes out, well, actually, I filmed this a month early, so So time I get the Gilded Cage, it will be 2 weeks after I get the book. So when you see both of them together, I might not sound sick. So based on the synopsis, I was extremely intrigued. And it sounded like the majority of the book would be set within the prison, even though we were the prison for the whole time. The world building so solid that I knew exactly what was happening. I feel like I knew the in and outs from the prison and life there, and thought it was so fascinating. There were so many twists and turns, and for the most part, I honestly had no clue what happened next. There was a few things I looked at and went, I wonder. And then revealed something I didn't expect at all. The characters were also unique, and they were so nicely fleshed out. Tipped was my favourite, and he absolutely must be protected at all costs. Kiva is our protagonist, and I loved her. She is so determined, and she has survived in the country for 10 years. 10 years, that's a long to survive, and she's doing a great job in it. What a baddie, oh my god. She's living her life focused on survival when the rebel queen steps into the picture and shakes things up. I really did enjoy watching Kiva throughout the series, and her selflessness and bravery was insane. And again, I love her. It was a slow burn romance, and I'm absolutely here for it. I can't wait to see how everything plans out in the next book. There's a few other surprises that appear throughout the book, and I don't want to spoil them by talking about them. So you have to read it to find out. It's definitely worth the read. Everything works so well. I was so impressed. The ending was such a massive twisty cliffhanger, and I was just happy. So when the Gilded Cage is coming out soon, but if it wasn't, I have no clue what I would have done. Because if this was a standalone, I'll be like, no, there needs to be a second book. So when I found out there was going to be a second book, and Fairloot is doing their edition, so I am waiting for that to arrive. And I cannot wait, because it's going to be so fun. So it's going to be between the two books that I'm waiting for the second book to come in. So either you will see the Prison Healer and the Gilded Cage first, or you will see the Bone Shard Daughter and the Bone Shard Emperor first. It's on one of the two books that will come first, whatever book comes first. So this is the Prison Healer book. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have the Gilded Cage. This is the second book to Prison Healer by Lynette and Noni. I am so happy this finally came. So this is one of the second books that I was waiting from Fairloot. So some bad news that the oh my god. So the Kingdom of the Curse hasn't got any notifications on it at the moment. They're still waiting for them to be delivered. So that might be out next year. Same, they have confirmed that the second book of, Fudge Knuckles, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called now. Oh, These Violet Ends by Chloe Gong. That her second book is going to be from Fairloot, is also going to be coming out next year, because they're also going to be arriving late. But that is fine. I can have more space and get ready to read them all. Yay! So this is Gilded Cage. I did not expect to get this yesterday. I couldn't film it yesterday because I was in the middle of reading it, obviously. So I read it in one sitting. I did not want to sit down. I did not want to go to sleep until I finished this book so I could record it the next day. And I did it. I did it. So this is the colour, which is beautiful. We have our stenciled edges. These rose, like this flower. I don't know what the flower's called. And the dagger. And we do have sprayed edges. It is, of course, signed by the author, which is in a grilled Sharpie. Green. Just like the previous one, they have a pink stencils on here, artwork, and we have a green one, and this is amazing. So here, and then we have the artwork on the Rust Dust jacket, and this looks freaking amazing, and it's hot. Look at that. You go, girl. And then I forgot, after I tagged this, I pretty much forgot to tag the rest. We have a map. So here we go. So most of my reviews, I do spoilers, so I do apologise. I should start saying that, shouldn't I? Spoilers alert. So the blurb, the synopsis, whatever everyone calls it, you know. If everyone calls it the blurb, I used to call that when I was younger. So
Again, if I say any words but wrong, I do apologise. They are hard for me to pronounce. So Kiva trades one cage for another when she leaves behind a deadly prison for a deceptive palace in this dark and dangerous sequel to The Prison Healer. Kiva Meridan is a survivor. She survived not only the Zalindova prison, but also the deadly trial by Odile. Now Kiva's purpose goes beyond survival to vengeance for the past 10 years. Her only goal was to reunite with her family and destroy the people responsible for ruining their lives. But now that she has escaped Zalindova, her mission has become more complicated than ever. As Kiva settles into her new life in the capital, she discovers that she wasn't the only one who suffered while she was in Zalindova. Her siblings and their beliefs have changed too. Soon it was not her enemies she was keeping secrets from, but her own family as well. Outside the city walls, tensions are brewing for the rebels along with the whispers of a growing threat from the northern kingdoms. Kiva's alliance are more important than ever. She's beginning to question whether they truly lie to survive this time. She has to navigate a complicated web of lives before both sides of the battle turn against her and she loses everything. So if you don't know, this left in a massive cliffhanger again. And I mean, oh my gosh, I want the third book already, and she is smashing these books out, and I literally cannot wait to have. I do hope that Fairy Loot is doing the third book as well to match the whole series. And this was actually quite fun because it even said in the book that she was like, "Oh, sorry, I had to leave this in a cliffhanger, but hee smiley face." I was like, "Oh my gosh." So the Good Cage picks up right from where the prison healer ended. Kiva has escaped the death prison. Zalindova and is with Jaren, living in the palace. Her plan has always been to betray him and his family to the rebels, but then it became harder and harder for her to believe that she has to get to know them. Her family comes first, though. She can see no other way through. Okay, look. I love the series so much, but the whole way through the book I wanted to reach through the pages and throttle Kiva. She was like stupid in some sections. I was like, yes, I read this like I said, I read this in one sitting, but there was moments where I was like, I wanted to scream. I was doing this at night and my family's all in bed and I was like, I can't scream. I want to scream, but I can't. I mean, I get loyalty to family, but holy crap, it only goes too far, right? Apparently not. Kiva spends so much time trying to play both sides, creating so much turmoil, not keeping her mouth shut when she should have, and that she should have ended up coming across as spineless to me. The first half, I couldn't barely breathe, hoping with each secret things would work themselves out, as they was not able to stop lying to each other. Plot-wise, it was a great portrayal and twist, but characters-wise, I couldn't stand it for some reason. The story was so good. I was just frustrated with her character, which made me difficult to care about her. But by the end. However, Joanne was a brilliant character again, and I absolutely love Caldon. Caldon. I think he was my favourite character in the whole book. He was sassy, he was arrogant, but with an incredible backstory that made me like him with him every page. I love that we still got to have Tips as the fairly main character in this book. He was such a big part of the prison healer, and I was hoping he wouldn't totally fade away in the background as the story moved on. So this was looking forward to finding out how the book played here. The writing was phenomenal, even just the fictional characters didn't fit me as much. Not a bad thing, don't worry. And I highly recommend this series as well. I am sure Kiva will redeem herself in my eyes, but in book 3, right? Please say she will, because I am really tempted to see how the hell she's going to do it. Okay, guys, I am tempted. I cannot wait to find out what the third book is going to be about, and I cannot wait to read it. This is the point where I've written down a book, all my books that's coming out for next year. I've got them written down, so that's the main books I will be purchasing next year. But now I just have to wait for them to come out. So there might be a few little bits and pieces out, but who knows. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Bye.